Salam, shalom. Why Solace speaking? All praises to the horizon, peace and wisdom. Now today I want to do this video called Living the Dream, or explaining what that means, as well as why entertainers are dying. Peace and wisdom, Trisha. Now you guys can visit the website, check out the lecture magazines. There's a bunch of different topics in each book explaining, many things y'all ask me about. There's the conscious cleansing kit as well. If you suffer with past trauma or negative thought, and you're seeking to cleanse that away. What else? Subscribe to the channel and click the bell. That way you don't miss the live. Of course, if you miss the live, then you have to become a channel member so you can replay it. Now, if you have any questions, y'all can ask. I'm about to begin. Peace and wisdom, unknowable. And Trisha. Now, as I give you all a chance to get in here, I'm going to give y'all a jewel before I start the video. Religious jewel. God, before I get into that, in the past, you had certain words. And if you wanted to know the true meaning of the word, so you reverse it. Now God, that word, that being a word that is truly not defined. Of course, we have definition, but look up the definition, you don't really leave with anything physical. And so you have the word God. Spelled backwards, it spells dog. So according to that understanding, God would be a dog. Now a dog is a wolf, a coyote, all these things is dogs. Wolves feed on sheep. This is why you all worship the blood or sacrifice of the lamb. Meaning, most people lost in the religion, they worship the Satan, the devil. This is God, or the dog. And they worship this God or dog through the sacrifice of its food, lamb. This is why Jesus is killed on the Passover. This is a feast day, a meat day. And this is why Jesus is referred to as a lamb. This ancient sacrilege in modern times. That's all religion is. Sacrilege of old. So if you ever wondered, what does God spelled backwards, meaning dog, meaning God spelled backwards spells dog, if you ever wondered, what does that mean? It's explaining what the religion is based on. Meaning you all don't worship or acknowledge the Lamb or Jesus as God, but y'all worship God through this character. Not necessarily the character, But you get it? Y'all worship this character, or y'all worship God through the character. The character being the lamb that's sacrificed for the sins of the world. So you already know right there, we're speaking evil conquering good. If we're speaking sinners and the good things dying for the sinners, so that's clear cut. You get my point? Now, you have God. God being a dog. Like I said, wolves feed on sheep, lambs. So you all worship this thing. You all worship this lamb to show reverence to another thing. Now, what this lamb comes from, that's the Father. This thing or that thing. A nameless thing. But you get my point? You all don't worship that. Worship it exactly how I said. The blood of the lamb. And so if you ever wonder to yourself, what does killing sheep in the blood of lambs and God dying and getting beat up, what does this have to do with life? Nothing. Some people do wake up and they start to question, hold on, this is quite stupid. What does God getting strung up on the cross and beat up and all of this for my sins, what do this have to do with life and me working on myself? If somebody gonna die for my sins, what does this have to do with self-growth, responsibility, grown-up stuff? Meaning God should align with growth, truth, making sense, life. That part. What does people dying for other people? When you lost into the world and the whole world goes with the thing, so it makes sense because of that. Say, no. The religion does make sense because of that. Because everybody goes with it. It's a test of morality. Who has morals? So according to the world, if God says a thing can die for no reason, for evil's sake, this is good. So if you're a follower, then you have to grasp. If whatever you hold as God tells you to do an evil thing, to you it's good. That ain't God, but you have to come to terms with that. Some of y'all have friends in that way. Tell you negative things, bad things to do like it's not bad, but you have to come to a maturity where you realize that. I'm being manipulated, that's stupid, and this is not my real friend. It's just a word that can be thrown around. God too. Y'all call yourselves God. A sheep is God. You get my point? When you're dealing with man, a squirrel can be God. Used to be. This is before God was a lamb. Salam. Now, let's get to the topic at hand. If you guys have any questions in regards to religion, y'all can ask. Because most people seem to be lost. Everything boils down to truth. And not altering that truth so you don't look stupid, but just the truth. So all this time you worshipped in this religion that God was a lamb, or that was an analogy for God. And he was killed on this Passover day, which is the day of eating lamb. In ancient Jewish times it was. That's what the Passover was about. It was a feast day. That part. They put the man on an instrument that you cook meat on. That's what a crucifix is for. It's how you stretch the animal out. I forgot what kind of cooking they call that. You can always drop the steak through the animal's ass and out the throat. Or you could stretch it out. That's what the crucifix is for. It don't have nothing to do with punishment. Well, I guess if you cooking somebody. But that's what the instrument is for. Meaning a crucifix or a cross, that is what you cook people on. Meat thing. They didn't have supermarkets and stores in the past where you go get your meat all cooked up and you get it, all cut up already, and you have a stove and, nice aluminum foils and all of these things. They cooking like y'all would if y'all was out at camp. So y'all would either need a crucifix if you know what you're doing. You either need a crucifix or a steak of some sort to cook your meat. Now you telling me all them coincidences don't have nothing to do with that y'all worship the killing of lambs, cattle worship of old. You can overlook all of that and say, no, he don't understand it right. How I don't understand things you didn't even notice. That part. You didn't even notice nothing that I mentioned. Now magically you convince yourself, no, he don't understand it right. No, you didn't ever read the book. You don't grasp it right. You lost into the world, which is what the religion is, the most worldly thing you're going to find. Meaning everybody in the world going to have a religion. What's more worldly than that? Nothing. And so that's the Great Awakening. For those of y'all that, not so lost in the world. We live in the times where people question truth. Like if there is a truth. Or if truth is just perspective. Truth is fair. If there's no fair, then what's the point of the whole conversation? You get my point? This is how people play dumb. There's no truth, there's just perspective. Okay, nigga, when I rob your ass, I don't want to hear nothing. If truth is fair and you know goddamn well there's certain things where you like, hold on now. That part. Truth is that, when you know better. That voice y'all used to have and tell y'all when y'all doing something wrong, whether you know it or not. It's called feeling. Truth is a feeling, a real thing. A man try to overlook it and talk over it and go all around it, but you get my point? Truth is balanced. What is fair? In regards to matters like religion, like I just explained, did I say anything that's a lie? Minus word games. Do Christians not worship a God that is supposed to be a lamb that was killed on the Passover, which is a feast day, on an instrument that was used for cooking meat? Did he not say out his own mouth at the Last Supper, "Here, break this bread, this my flesh"? All that was just coincidence. Just analogies for what? Besides eating somebody. That part. Y'all worship the eating the flesh of man. I don't see how you overlooked that. Say that's strange. Why? You live in the world. The world has a God. Y'all call him the devil. I explained. Gave you $1 million jewel. Some of y'all will grasp it, or you just won't. But salam. Now let's get to the topic at hand. Why entertainers are dying, and what living the dream means. Peace and wisdom all out. If anyone wants to give back, you can click the title of the video. My links are there. Of course, I'll move on. The divine laws of nature, which is a balance thing. So, the more you learn from nature, you'll grasp these things. Balance, that is, the horizon. Every other thing that has to do with the in-between. Now, before I get into why entertainers are dying, you guys have to grasp what living the dream is. And so let's start there. Living the dream. Now, before radio and television, before man had that to entertain himself, he had a place called the rabbit hole, La La Land, the world of make-believe, our dream time. And in this place there was characters or personalities, some cartoon-like, some machine-like, some animal, some man-like, many different appearances, many different things. And these deities, they entertain man like, how television does. Kind of like the precursor to television. See how y'all turn on the TV? You got Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck running. You get my point? You got Bad Girls Clubs and all these personalities. It's kind of like a place y'all go. Television, that is. Online, too. Y'all go to that place. It's a wacky world full of weirdos. Love it. So I'm explaining to you guys, in the past, before radio, television and all of that, before telecommunications, man had La La Land. You may have heard someone say down the rabbit hole. These is all terminologies for this place that man will go and get entertained by cartoon-like beings, machine-like beings, animals, man, weird stuff. And he loved it there. It was fun. Now, early man reached this place by means of psychedelic substances, meaning you got a lot of psychedelic drugs. And if you know the right combination, you can enter the many realms in dream time, or La La Land, or the land of make-believe, or just down the rabbit hole. So like I said, you have many different plants, psychedelic ones. And if you know which ones can be merged with the other ones, meaning if you know specific recipes, you have eggs, milk, flour, but if you don't know the recipe, so then ain't none of that gonna do you no well. You just be eating milk. You'll just be drinking milk, eating eggs, and doing whatever you want to do with flour. But if you know certain recipes, you can make those three things go far. We're talking pancakes, waffles, bread, so on and so forth. All different recipes, so to say. All different ways of making. And so the drugs is like that. You have different psychedelic drugs, and they are what they are on their own. But if you know the recipe of mixing and merging them, then you can enter these certain realms. Kind of like DMT does people. They take it, then they blast off and go wherever they go. And they're entertained by whoever's there. Sometimes it's machine-like elves. All kind of weird stuff. But it's like television. And so, this is what those spirit summoning seals are. They're like different recipes to reach specific realms where specific deities are. This is written in your Ars Goetia, your Offices of Spirit texts. It's explaining the different concoctions or recipes of these substances. The mixing and merging of the different ones together. And, you know, it's documented. Like, okay, this drug mixed with that drug mixed with that drug will bring you to this realm. In this realm, you're going to see pink elephants, mushrooms dancing around, strange things, like a cartoon. Doesn't matter who takes it, they'll see the same thing. When I was growing up, we had like tabla. It's like a tab you put on your tongue, LSD. And then you hear your friends talking about, oh, look at the pink elephants. And you're like, he's super high. There's nothing there. But I'm giving you a perspective like that. And someone documenting it. Okay, that drug mixed with that drug bring you here. That drug mixed with that drug bring you here. And these are the entities here. These are the entities there. So on and so forth. Documenting it all the way out. As many different concoctions as they can. And so that's what your spirit summoning practices are, your Ars Goeia. It's ancient science documenting the many different realms one can visit if they know the concoction, kind of like a compass. You put the direction in the GPS, so to say, GPS being modern compass, and you follow the GPS, it takes you where it does. It's like that. You mix and merge the drugs, knowing the specific recipe, take you where it do. You mix cocaine and weed together and you smoke it, then you be like on woolly. You get it. You mix it with crack, it give you a different effect. Y'all take Molly, this thing, that thing, it changes y'all character. If it's a hallucinogenic, then it has to do with bringing you to a specific realm, but you have to know the other hallucinogenic to mix it with. It's like an elixir. And so this is what man did in the past before he had television and radio to entertain him. He got high and visited what we call La La Land, the world of make-believe. Or he went down the rabbit hole. Now, a lot of your early stick figures and cartoon characters were depictions of the deity from La La Land. So like the songs and dances and games too, meaning man got the early cartoon characters, stick figures we got, that come from that realm. The songs and dances and a lot of things we have, it come from them realms. Meaning man get high, visit the realms, see the entities there, they're dancing and singing and acting a damn fool, and he's coming back into physical life. You get it? Drawing these things out, and people make a cartoon out of it. You get my point? It's a wacky world. This is real life. Meaning this is what your Salem witch trials was about. When they started burning witches on the stake. Roots. You got all these substances in the roots of the plants. And so witches flying on brooms, everything you heard is real, but it got to do with what I just said. Meaning y'all don't know the mixtures no more. Man didn't need TV. He had real TV where he get high, knowing the recipe. You get it? And he go to the place. So you got drugs to heal you. You got drugs that make you sick. Then you got a secret. That secret is, if you know the different mixtures, there's places. Say, what places? Places you visit when you go in a dream. Take you there without you having to go to dream. That's why people, when they on DMT, they feel like they conscious. They like, I ain't fall asleep. I know what I saw. I wasn't like that. You got over 100 different realms in La La Land or down the rabbit hole. And that's what the Salem witch trials was about. Killing anybody that knew this wisdom. Why? Well, they sell it to y'all as pharmaceuticals. So a lot of the pharmacy drugs y'all take, they whack y'all out. You get my point? A lot of the mental drugs and just different drugs, period. It's like an experiment thing. You got the real deal, then you got the synthetic. So y'all kind of live in that, the synthetic versions of these real hallucinogens, and sometimes the mixtures happen and then y'all be bugging out. But that's not what's intended. It's just intended, to heal y'all of whatever y'all have or make y'all dependent, meaning sick, so y'all have to keep needing medicine. But to blast y'all off to these different realms, that just happens sometime. Meaning you might be on alcohol popping a pill, and so you get it, then it just happens sometime. They can't say for what you gonna do. You smoking a blunt popping pills, and you get my point? You like, y'all was bugging out, You was doing ancient sorcery. Now, like I said, a lot of these, in early cartoons and stick figure drawing, a lot of those characters come from that realm, meaning people depicted what they saw there, and that became your first entertainment. It's like trying to take that realm out and bring it here. That way man ain't gotta get high to go to La La Land. We need to find a way to bring La La Land into real life. This is what television and all of that is about. So, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. This is like your first cartoon characters, stick figures too. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit is like the first Mickey Mouse, like the precursor to Mickey Mouse. You get my point? If you pull up an image of Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, you'll see what I mean. He's like before they had Mickey Mouse worked out. It's like a rabbit mouse weirdo. Mickey Mouse with rabbit is. You get it? Alice in Wonderland. Alice in the Looking Glass. This is all things that have to do with the rabbit hole or La La Land. You get it? All them little creatures from Alice in Wonderland come from, the way I said, early man playing with the psychedelics, going to these different realms, dealing with these different entities, bringing it back to men that haven't, engaged. And so you got Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Mr. Bogus, even Jesus. All these characters y'all have, they come from these realms. I know y'all like to think, man is really, no, yeah. You don't think that hard. You don't think of these things. Man steals. That's the one thing you should notice in the times. Man ain't that talented. What he do is mimic and steal. And so when I tell you, Donald Duck, Goofy, and all these weirdos, the cartoon characters, they come from there. Meaning if this was back in the day, y'all would know these same characters, but just from the rabbit hole or La La Land. There was no TV for you to know it on. If you was to dig a person up from the 1400s and you showed them our television, they'll be like, oh yeah, y'all are high as a people, because all y'all characters come from, you get it? Meaning they're gonna know Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse and all of these things, even though they never seen TV. But they gonna know it how they know it, from that realms where the spirits are. So in that, they'll look at everybody in the daytime and say, yeah, y'all kind of evil. Y'all live in dream time. Y'all live in La La Land, like the world of make-believe. Disney. Like that. Jesus is just the white ghost in that Casper. It's a bunch of white ghosts, but like I said, all these entities, y'all know if they come from this realm. Not to say the realms is fake. Anybody take the recipe now gonna go. But you get my point? And so you can Google phantasmagory and early Disney characters so you can get a perspective. All these characters come from your spirit summoning realms. Are La La Land, the rabbit hole. And so at some point the goal became to basically bring La La Land into real life. A place where people can go and entertain themselves the same way they do on the hallucinogenics, but without having to get high. And so this is where TV, radio came from. It's La La Land, or the land of make-believe, are the beginning stages of bringing it out. And so it's a deep thing. Try and grasp. I'm going to answer your question, unknowable. Thank you, Sherry the Goddess. Lion Zion said Alice in Wonderland always has the magic mushroom symbolism. Yeah, like I said, it all has to do with the ancient science or magic, which is mixing and merging of the different psychedelic plants. But you have to know which ones. When I say plants, I'm speaking of substances in them. Cocaine is a plant. Heroin is a plant. DMT is a cactus. So, you get my point? Plant. You have to know which plant holds which substance and where, in the root, the leaf, the stem, whatever. It's not that tricky. It's the same way y'all know all y'all know now, just from hearing it. You get my point? You know how to make a cake, not cause... If you're telling somebody that don't know these things from birth, then it's hard. Like, make a cake, I need flour and But for y'all, it's simple. It's you just learned as a kid, so it ain't really like a... You get my point? It's memory. The same way as a kid, y'all mama show y'all how to make eggs, how to do this, how to make that, how to make Kool-Aid. Everything that we eat and make is a mixtures. But y'all know these easy, just from memory from a kid. It was like that in the past. Somebody that have drugs is a farmer, no different than somebody that's farming food. I don't think y'all realize that. You get my point? Somebody that got cocaine in the past is just a farmer. No different than the person that farm apples. They make cocaine illegal, so then you have a dangerous business now. Because the person say, well, why they making everywhere I could ship this stuff to legal? Well, I want to ship it there anyway. It used to wasn't illegal. So, Mexico and America problem. You get it? They over there farming drugs. They ship medicines and all that other stuff that go with drugs. But if America say, well, it's illegal over here, you ain't getting no money over here, nigga, fuck you. Straight like that. We gonna make it illegal so we can confiscate it from you, and that's that. We'll take your shit. Mexico say no, it ain't going down like that. We just gonna sneak it in there. So that's how cocaine become an ugly business. But cocaine, heroin, all these drugs y'all know of, they plants. Meaning this is just the farming industry. If there was no laws in life, some of y'all would be cocaine farmers. Some of y'all be apple farmers, whatever. It's all plant work. And so you get my point? I forgot what I was answering. Oh, magic mushroom. I wasn't answering anything. I was just giving y'all a little wisdom. So, Santa Claus, elves, all these things come from those realms. Meaning Santa Claus and that whole get up, all of that come from the spirits. That's why I like religious texts that say like the fallen angels are the spirits in perspective. They led man astray. And that happened from man engaging into the roots. Meaning taking the psychedelic substances and going to these realms and playing with the deity there and bringing back what they see. And so you get my point? They go deep. Is this making sense to you guys? Are y'all grasping? Now let me answer this question. The unknowable said, have you experienced one of these realms? I'm not sure if y'all are listening properly, but wherever y'all, however y'all get lost on knowledge, I don't know how that happens, but you have to make sense. You get my point? It's like you asking the doctor, have you ever took this thing or have you ever took that thing? It don't have nothing to do with that. You don't know what's going to happen to you if you take cocaine? Meaning, do you have to take cocaine? Do you have to smoke crack to know what happens? No, right? Can I have knowledge of how to mix cocaine, baking soda, cook crack, sell it to crackheads, could tell you everything about it? Do I have to take it and go where crackheads go to know? Can you use that analogy to answer your question? And for anyone else? Meaning, you have to evolve from the lesser side of things. I'm not, you get my point? I'm teaching you like if you was the sorcerer or the government, so you grasp what's happening. I'm not teaching y'all so y'all could be the dumb shit on the other side, so your question, get it? It matched with that. Why in the fuck would I want to go to them realms? Are you not listening? I'm saying it like that because it's fucking stupid. Why the hell would anybody want to go there? What, you want to go to the rabbit hole? Meaning you want to go to DMT land or basically to the fucking hell and play with the dead? Because that's what you asking me when you say like, did you go to any of them realms? Do I look fucking stupid to you? Just asking. Because that's how I'm taking it. Like, but I get it. You probably don't even, you're not even listening all the way probably. I don't know. Somehow, sure. Y'all laughing. Y'all don't. Y'all take everything as a joke. I don't get y'all brain. What are y'all listening to? Do y'all know what I'm explaining? I'm not being funny. It's almost like that. Y'all so insecure. Y'all think the questions is sarcasm off. I'm direct. If are you fucking stupid? I want to answer, blood. I'm not even playing. Like, you get it? Y'all like that. And he said it's fucking stupid. You respond like program-wise. Like, oh, he trying to play me. Even if I was, I'm not playing with you. Answer the goddamn question. Are you fucking stupid, nigga? I'm like that, old school. Whatever I said, it ain't cap. You just gonna use that to avoid it. Like, you get it? Y'all got that kind of thing in the day. Like when y'all don't want to deal with something, or you like a lesson and you got like these words and shit where y'all can escape being solid. So, are y'all retarded? Are y'all fucking slow? Do y'all not grasp what I'm explaining? Do y'all not see the kids? Because they on drugs. Mixtures of it. It's like y'all ain't in real life for some reason. Y'all in La La Land. That's why I need to finish explaining this video. So y'all fully grasp. Snap out of stupid chant. Peace and wisdom. The unknowable. Snap out of stupid, please. If somebody tell you or give you a light reference that you insulting them, you don't get it. And carry on with it. Like, nah, I was just shut up on that. You get it? If I'm laughing and telling you something, you get it? I come to know y'all delicate, so I'm trying not to hurt y'all feelings. Yeah. But I'm not playing with you. So hopefully you heard what I said when I was explaining to you like what I was. I'm fucking joking with you, kid. Grown up, whatever. Don't insult me. Get my point? Get the wisdom, kind of grasp that shit. This ain't the fucking get high channel. You don't gotta be a fucking guinea pig in life to learn. And so I'm telling you real things. Meaning I can blast any of y'all off. A little mixture, simple chemistry, champ. Mix this thing with that thing. I don't need the drugs. Shit in my house. It's the same thing. Nigga, sniff this ammonia. I'm gonna mix some other things in it. But sniff it. Same goddamn effect as this drug mixed with that drug. Then you be blast off. Coming back telling me you was right, Solace. I did see Lucky Charm Man. Meaning it ain't a joke. It's real. That's the ancient magic. Alchemy, which is chemistry, but it's called alchemy because of like that, you know. Imagine if y'all still had that now. Where y'all can grow whatever plants y'all want. Y'all have this wisdom. Y'all mixing and merging different substances of the drugs together to visit, you know, La La Land. Same way when y'all get bored, y'all go sit in front of the TV. So ain't no TV back then. So you blast off instead. And go spend your little 15, 20 minutes in La La Land. Next thing you know, you blasting off a lot. You getting high though to do this. So now everybody walking around like you see everybody walking around now all zombie brained out. They keep playing with the goddamn spirits all day the same way y'all keep playing with online all day, not handling your work, your daily duties and things. Because you lost online, La La Land, in real life. Like that. So, kind of grasp. Some of y'all grasp, some of y'all don't. I don't think any of y'all grasp truly in depth what I'm saying though. Like on a real level I'm trying to explain. Now, like I said, at some point La La Land or down the rabbit hole, you know, mixing the drug substances together and going to specific places. So the 72 Seals of Solomon is just 72 drug mixtures to take you to specific realm where specific deity is. Same way anybody get high off something and then they start bugging out, you gotta actual order to that. Meaning when y'all see somebody smoking PCP and bugging the hell out and seeing stuff, you get it? They don't have the orders or the recipe. Just high. Like I said, this practice is lost. So most people don't know it. And so it's just gonna happen by mistake in today's time. So on accident. From people just mixing and merging their drugs naturally. Y'all mix Hennessy and hypnotic and shit together on y'all own. It don't come like that. Y'all just have fun with it. Like that. We getting back into the times of old because of that. Like y'all just playing with the drugs. And like I said, you have the magic, the alchemy. Where if you know the specific drug mixtures, you can go to specific places. Like channels. And watch Mickey Mouse. And the next channel you got these entities there. That's how the drug thing worked back in the day. Now y'all just got TV, y'all changed the channel. In the past you just changed the drug mixture. You say, I'm taking DMT today, I'm gonna go talk to the machine elves. Then later on you say, I'm taking a PCP and this or that mixture and I'm gonna talk to the devil in hell. Now all these realms there, they all substances, mixtures, heaven, hell, cartoon land, machine world, everything y'all know. Like I said, physical life is dream manifested. And so, Everything from dream gonna be brought out. This is why people, when they have near-death experiences, they be like, man, I heard mad children's songs. Blood, them children's songs come from there first. You get it? Mary had a little lamb and all that weird shit. Man didn't make that up. He got high on a specific recipe, visited La La Land, and he was playing with Mickey Mouse and getting a kick out of that. Like how y'all would now if I gave you a drug and said smoke this shit. Watch what happened. Then you smoke it, the next thing you know you in fucking Disney. And you're running around Disney like, oh shit. And they like the real Mickey Mouse. This motherfucker floating, changing to Donald Duck, and it's just weird. And then you come off it, you like, damn, if I could just, you get it? Somebody like, damn, if I could have that shit here, people would love it. So they start building Disney and making cartoons, and you get it? They say like y'all would love it in La La Land, which y'all do. Y'all love TV Land, y'all love Disney. You know, going over to Florida to the amusement. Y'all love the land of make-believe. That's what they call it in the past. Same thing y'all call dreams now. Man get high, he visit those places, he like, that shit like dream. It's not real, but it is. Felt real. I'm gonna make it real. Like, you get it? Like that. And so, I'm trying to get y'all to grasp this is real. Meaning life is way deeper than y'all can fathom. Y'all lost in fake stuff. TV and radio is fake knowing how y'all change the channels. That's like fake knowing the recipe. If your kid watched Mickey Mouse, if your kid watched Sesame Street, there's a real life Sesame Street the kid could go to. Now the kid gonna be high, but you can go with him. Get high together and be there. I don't know if y'all be there. Y'all probably be there together. I don't even know how deep this goes. Like, but I know y'all will both be in Sesame Street, and that place come from there. It's not something man thought of, like I'm gonna make a children's thing called Sesame Street, and I'm gonna have Oscar the Grouch, and seen them things are there. Came out and redrew them, like I'm gonna make me some money off this shit. And you know, this is the beginnings of TV, broadcasting, you know, radio, things like that. Meaning you have real, all the cartoons y'all know if y'all have the real one. It's a matter of that. Of course, drugs is illegal for y'all, meaning the plants of the drugs. Because this is what y'all will be doing. Meaning y'all wouldn't be getting online. Y'all be getting on, y'all be going down a rabbit hole. Instead of getting online. And so, it's an addictive thing in that way. Meaning y'all wouldn't be addicted to the drugs. Addicted to the place. Y'all have girlfriends and shit in these places, the land of the dead. La La Land. There's people, humans, animals, machines, cartoons, stick figures, all kind of. It depends on the place. And so in the past, you had people that had girlfriends there, because you got sirens there. Prostitutes, y'all know now, they come from there. Like, everything y'all know come from there. Fucking buildings, everything. Those is the spirits of the dead. Solace, soul to below. So you can look at it like those who invented telecommunications. They made deals with the Morpheuses, you know, in La La Land. When I say Morpheuses, I'm not speaking of the Matrix movie. I'm speaking of ancient Greek. In ancient Greek, Morpheus is the god that makes dream. All the realms of dream y'all visit when y'all sleep, Morpheus constructed it. And all the people that live in these many different places of dream, heaven and hell being places in dream, these are the children of Morpheus. They take any shape and form they want. So when you see your loved ones in dream, you see in Morpheus kids, kind of playing on your information is all they have to work with. And so your information is used in this space. Morpheus being the architect of this place. Otherwise, you just have the abyss, meaning all that's dead in the abyss would have no place to play and be. A Morpheus constructed dream. Dream is in unconscious or death, so meaning you have to go to sleep or unconscious to go to a dream place. So it's there. That's death. You get my point? And so when early man is playing with these different realms, so he's meeting the lords of below. Your Morpheuses, those that constructed these things. If you're familiar with the Arsko way or your spirit summoning practices, well, the different spirits have different status. Some of them are like kings, princes, and they have legions of spirits beneath them. That's to say, like legions of the dead underneath them. And so I'm speaking like in that way. Those that invented telecommunications, which is radio, phone, TV, basically the mimicking of La La Land or the rabbit hole. They got all of that from there, and they made deals with the entity there. They can manipulate the elements. Basically, to say they can manipulate certain realities to work in your favor or not in your favor. You see how sometimes y'all like, damn, shit just ain't going in my goddamn favor today. I could feel it. And then some days you like, damn, it don't seem like what I do. I just can't fuck up today, boy. Like that. They can work in your favor or against your favor. And so you get my point? You gotta understand them. You gotta understand that, meaning the ancient practice. But if you do, then you grasp the deity there. Real people make pacts with them and shit like that. And so using the psychedelic drugs to intermingle with the spirits in La La Land, that wacky world, that evolved into the Ouija board, meaning man playing with the Ouija board to try to contact the spirits, or the Ouija board being the first stages of man trying to bring La La Land into the physical, where man don't have to use the drugs or know the recipe to kind of experience something similar. Kind of think like if you went to La La Land and you said, damn, how could I sell that? Because all those little characters there are fun. Like, I can sell this to children and grown-ups, but how can I get it, out of that space in here? So this is what the Ouija board is, like the first steps. Of course, the Ouija board evolved into the computer and mouse, television, like that. Y'all are basically seeing that wacky world, or La La Land, manifest into y'all reality. Of course, the metaverse is going to be the finale or the completing of that whole agenda. So you basically have these realms you can visit if you know the different drug mixtures. You see little crazy characters when you go there. It's fun. It can be scary, whatever. Man say, how can I make that a reality in real life and, charge people to go? So this is where television come from. If you're wondering, like, what was television based on? And how did they even do that? Like that, playing with the spirits. The same way the certain drug mixture can bring you to the certain realm, so it's how the channels work. Like, so they're learning from that and bringing it here. Okay, you got these many different realms in La La Land. Okay, we need this many channels then. And then we need characters on these channels, like Oprah, Tom and Jerry, shit like that on each channel. It needs to be like that world. Like when you go there, it needs to be like that. And so you get my point? It's like bringing the rabbit hole of La La Land into real life. And then y'all get on it, meaning y'all watch TV, Tom and Jerry, get addicted. So I watch Tom and Jerry tomorrow. Then the shows get more advanced. You get my point? It's like them realms. The farther down the rabbit hole you go, the more real it get. It started stick figures, then cartoon characters, then you get it? It start getting realer and scarier, and you get it? The deeper down you go. Meaning the more drug mixtures you mix. That's how it works. You got your mixtures of 3. This drug substance with that drug substance and that drug substance. 3 mixed together will bring you to the abyss, where the nameless are. You just got a bunch of characters trying to lure you in over here or over there. Kind of look at it like that. You got your 3 mixtures, your 3 different substances that can be merged together. This will bring you into the beginnings of La La Land, which is just like the waiting room. You just got a whole bunch of entity trying to draw you this way or that way. So think like DMT when people tell you stories of that. You just in the abyss and you just see mad weird entities popping up out of nowhere trying to lure you wherever they do. Then you got your mixtures of 4, 5, 6. When you mix in 6 different drug substances together, this is bringing you to your kings, your princes, meaning your entity that have a rank and a status. The mixtures of 3 is only bringing you to the nameless, the legions. You know, the whole bunch of spirits that's just lost in hell. But when you get to 6 substances, or those recipes that contain 6 mixtures, so you're dealing with your princes, your knights, your kings, your entities of status. This is when it gets like real. This is where pacts be made. Because you have to remember, people are talking to these entities. You get my point? Conversation. And so you fucking high, you like, yeah, I made a little deal with the devil, or this little character in dreamland. But you not technically knowing this real because you was high. So you like, I don't even know. You get it? I was in dream La La Land because I was on that shit. Playing with the spirits. Yeah, I made an agreement with one of them, but you get it? Imagine if you had a dream, and in that dream you made an agreement. You wake up, you remember like, yeah, I did have a weird dream and I made an agreement, but I'm not sure like that. Meaning right now you would be unsure. Like, I don't know if I should just take it like any other dream and it's just something in the dream. Or should I take it literal? Like, no, I made a deal. Now, in that instance, you feel me? Knowing the recipe is bringing you to the entity in their realm, so there's no mistake. You get it? You went there on purpose and you made that deal. You know what happened? And so this is how people have contracts with the dead. Of course, you have your recipes of 9. This is when you're trying to access the highest entity of the abyss. This is the devil himself. Now, most usually overdose and die. They don't get to visit the devil and come back. But you get my point? This was the ancient science and practice. The goal was to reach Satan. Your mixtures of 9 or more. Problem with that, you're dealing with 9 different drugs, mixing them together. Most motherfuckers, they overdose and die. But they be left in the realm though. Like, there's awareness. This is how them spirits end up there. Meaning everybody that die high on some shit. You get my point? Hey, they there. So, that's why I say how you are when you die is important. Meaning the state you're in is important. And so, telecommunications are the elites that created the telecommunications. This was something that was made so that they can contact the spirits without having to get high. But like an aspect of it is sold to y'all as like TV and games, if that makes sense. Meaning y'all have telecommunications, which is radio, television, online. And this is a mimic of La La Land, meaning when you mix hallucinogenic drugs together, you visit the different realms. Online television is a mimic of that, meaning it comes from there, like the blueprint. And y'all go on TV or online and get lost in all the characters and BS that's happening. So it's the same. You get it? Now, that was the plan, but the telecommunications, which makes that possible, meaning make it possible for y'all to talk to people that ain't nowhere near y'all, or watch TV of people that's nowhere near y'all. What makes that possible is what is being used to communicate with the spirits. So like you got a cell phone, you can call other people in this world. But that cell phone can actually be used to contact the spirits in dream. The same ones from if you mix the certain mixtures. You get it? Meaning they real entities in life. When you have a dream and I have a dream, we're going to the same place. Like that. In that, I can't say dream fake, meaning the realm of it. Otherwise, how you know about it too? You been a dream before too? This is like man if he never knew about dream. Did man just start dreaming? But they never if nobody ever explained they dream to nobody else because they figure that's just something that happened in my mind, and then one day somebody like, man, I had this weird thing happen when I went to sleep. I wasn't even asleep. I was in another place. And then the next person be like, yeah, that happened to me 3 days ago. And the next person like, yeah, that happened to me damn near every day. Thought it was regular. And that now you like, hold on, this dream place I went to, it's just real then. And from that perspective, if y'all all been there too, see, we view dream as not real even though we all go there. So how is it not real? That's like saying physical life ain't real even though we all know of it. From going. Say Solace dream ain't real. Well then how you know about it? How'd you have it too? Like, cause I was in a place, big baby, playing with people. What was you doing? Same thing. So we talking about a real place, but like how'd you get there? So I don't know, I just fell asleep. Now of course we have all the drugs within us. Sometimes they secrete out. But the point I'm making is, say, how do we get to these dream places? You don't have to go to sleep. You could take certain drug mixtures. Will bring you to every place in dream you ever heard of or been to, and places you haven't. Like that. And there's millions of different recipes of the drug mixture. Will take you to a million different realities in dream with people or entity in them. And they all know what they know. And they all say what they say. And they be having song and dance. And they're strange. Like that. And you come out of there and you like, I got this song I got from La La Land. You chanting it now. London Bridge is falling down. You heard that shit there. Next thing you know, you got other people mimicking you. Like, oh, I like that little chant you got. Where'd you get that from? From the spirits. I was in La La Land. They was chanting that. Little Mickey Mouse and them was chanting that. So I like it. I keep going. Every time I go there, that's what they be chanting. And so this is how our early songs and dances and little kid games and cartoon characters, they come from there, those realms. And so, on the one hand, we have TV in the mimic of La La Land, and we all kind of go to it. On the flip side, you have that same technology being used for the elites to contact the spirits directly, like communicate. Think like if you had the phone number to the devil, the phone number to Baal, Elagos, any of the spirits that you know of, imagine if you had their contact. You have to remember this is strange technology. Meaning I can call my mama, she ain't nowhere near me. You get it? She wherever she at. Y'all watching me right now, y'all wherever y'all at. In real life, this is strange. How does that even work? Like, how? That. It's even stranger if you take like these drug mixtures and you visit places that's fucking Mickey Mouse running around. So if you grasp that, this ain't that strange. This is just that. Like, you get it? And that just come with life. Like if you know the recipe. Like that. The spirits teach man how to make it where he can communicate with them without having to, take the plants and the substances. But an aspect of it is sold to the public. You get it? Kind of like an airplane is a time traveling device. An airplane. Of course, the air is your portal. The sea too. That's why you have the seaport and the airport. They're portals. Meaning once you go up into the air a certain amount of feet, you get it? Then you can go to different realms and different realities. When y'all flying in planes, y'all don't, you get my point? When y'all up in the sky, y'all don't see nothing. You think the driver of the plane could see like he's in New York, he can see Miami? Hell no. It's like a portal. He's just looking at the GPS, like, meaning he put the coordinates in, or the time, so to say, because that's what the coordinates are. It's like specific area or specific time. Say like 2 o'clock east. You know what? That ain't by mistake when you hear shit like that. Meaning the pilot can't see nothing. Just like when they out at sea. Ain't nothing but sea around them. They can't see nothing. Ain't no direction where you like, oh, I know we can just go this way. Take a left way, ain't no left. Ain't nothing but sea. When you out at sea, the sky and the sea look the same. Meaning when you're looking forward, ain't no forward. You look back, ain't no back, because the sky and the sea start to merge. The same blue, the same everything. If there's no structure around, then you lose your perspective. Like that. You're in the portal. And you're going to need them coordinates if you ever want to find a place. Meaning if you lost at sea or lost in the sky and you ain't got no coordinates or GPS, you're done. In terms of you finding land or a place. Because that's all that is. Meaning when you're in a plane, you're time traveling. A piece of that technology is being sold to the public to travel from place to place, though, in their own realm. Which is still a matter of time travel, but a lesser aspect. You get my point? Meaning, the way y'all travel in airplanes, this is just a whole technology being broken down into a piece for the public. But if y'all knew the technology that makes flight and, flying from place to place, then y'all would grasp, oh, that is a time traveling technology, and we just getting the limitations of it. It ain't, all that extra stuff ain't for us. So it's the same with telecommunications. You talking to your mama on the phone and people not around you, that's just the limitations of the technology. The technology being to speak to the dead in their realms. We know that realm as dream, afterlife, La La Land, the rabbit hole. And so, I'm trying to get you guys to grasp what we have technological-wise is just limited versions of greater things. Yeah, hit that like button. Like I said, if anyone wants to give back, click the title. My links are all there. And so, like I said, I'm trying to get you guys to grasp that what we have is just a limited thing. meaning army men and, people of higher status than the public. They had these kind of cell phones we got now before they was made for the public. It's just like the chirp phones. The army dudes had those better ones though, before we had the chirp version, which is like a limited model of the army man's one. You get my point? The army man walkie-talkie, this shit bad. It do way more than a little chirp Nextel you had. But the chirp Nextel is, a public model of that thing. It works like a cell phone and so on and so forth. That's how like television and telecommunications is, meaning radio, TV. It's like that. A limited thing. Truly, the technology can be used where y'all can contact the dead. And y'all call Nipsey Hussle on y'all phones. Be talking to this nigga. And whoever else is in the dead. Where do y'all think the dead go? Like as an awareness. Because when y'all go to sleep, y'all still have y'all awareness. That's how y'all have dream. Where do y'all think that place is? Because that's where all the dead people go. I don't think y'all get that. Right? Otherwise, where you think this is life? Everything's in life still. Like when the cells in your body die, they still in there. They just in the spine, the hall of Amenti, but they still in there, like in they part. Where y'all think that the dead go in physical life? I think they just everything's here is the point that I'm making. Y'all just ain't in the frequency. Or y'all just don't grasp. I manifest the dead right out of thin air the same way you manifest water out of thin air. You just have to know how in the recipe. And get it? And so, it's a deep thing. I have to use the restroom, but I'm going to try to get a little further ahead. And so, television or the entertainment world is basically La La Land or Dream Time. Hell manifested. And the people sell their soul to the devil by signing contracts with companies that control the broadcasting and the stars. You get it? And that's what living a dream is. When one sells themselves to be a character in the world of make-believe. Meaning when y'all sell yourselves to these companies to be on TV as a star, a character. I mean, that's a La La Land. And the people that own that La La Land, they got deals with the real La La Land and the real spirits there. And y'all are binded by contract to the mimic. You get it? Meaning people sell their souls to be on TV or they sign their name on contract. Once that happens, now they're one of the characters on TV or one of the characters in the land of make-believe. But all of this is real in terms of the spirit summoning practices, meaning television and online. This is basically La La Land manifested. Man was on the drug substances, visiting these realms, playing with these spirits. He manifested it out in this thing called television and online, basically broadcasting. If I ask y'all, you show me how to make online. And if it's so simple and it ain't the strangest thing in life you could think of, then repeat it. Meaning make telecommunications. Make a phone system or online of your own. That part. If you're an artist, you can buy back your masters, but are you a distributor? Like that. You can buy your masters, but do you have a YouTube? Not a YouTube channel, a YouTube platform, an online of your own. where you control the algorithms. No, like that. So we stuck in La La Land in that way. Like, a man become a slave because he wanted to be on TV. Now, to make it simple, an artist doesn't sell their music to a label. They sign a contract with a corporation. And what they sell is themselves. Meaning the rapper's not going to the label and say, I want to sell y'all this song for this amount. He goes to the label and he signs a contract. That contract being to a corporation. And he's signing himself over to that corporation. That makes him property or a product of that corporation. Now, think like a car. A car is a product, piece of property of a business. Now, if you understand business and product, then you can grasp product recall. This is like if a product is malfunctioning or causing people injury, then you say like recall a product. Think like an artist. So y'all say like cancel that motherfucker. The product is broke. Now y'all don't cancel shit, but this is a real thing behind those scenes. Meaning the entertainers know, they don't know what cancel mean, but they know they can be. Even though it sounds stupid, like canceling got to do with people just fans liking you. No, canceling got to do with when all those companies that got investments in you pull a investment and they cancel you. Or they recall. If you product, then this is product recall. We telling the public this product is broke. We taking out from it. Kanye West is a product recall. This motherfucking product broke and we ain't fucking with it. If you buy it, that's on you. The company ain't got nothing to do with that. That's what that means. I'm showing you that so you could see. An artist is a product of a company. A real piece of property. That's why it's slave business. And so you got material damage insurance and so many other different kinds of insurances on the product. And so if you grasp that, then you should be able to grasp why entertainers are dying. Now let me use the restroom. I'm gonna come back and go a little deeper into the death of the entertainers, why it's happening. Of course, if any of you guys want to give back, this is the time to do so. Visit my website. I'm sorry. Click the description and all my links are there. Okay, let's get back to this deep, wrap this thing up. Oh, y'all really don't respect balance, huh? Fortunate for y'all. Soak up all you can in this video because it's your last. And I'm not joking. Now, when rappers sign contracts, they sell themselves to these corporations, making them product. When you're dealing with product, you have investors in the product. And everybody wants their return on the product. Now let's say the product don't make the return that's hoped for. That's a loss. Meaning in the past, the label take a loss on a lot of the artists that they sign. The label have investors. The music label have investors in the label. So the label have to get a bunch of artists or product that can be turned over into revenue so the investors can get their share. Now all these products ain't gonna sell, but maybe some of them could sell more than the others and make for the loss. You get it? I signed Drake and I signed this other nigga. This nigga went, he flopped, but Drake sold 10 million, so you get it? I'm alright. I can pay all the investors off, still have a little for myself, and this motherfucker, we shelving him. Shit. You get it? That's how I would have been in the past. You're dealing with people, what can you do? But somebody got the genius idea and said, shit, product, nigga. If the product damage, the product come up dead, my nigga, it's just like any other damaged product. Get your insurance like that. And so y'all dealing with that part of the business now. Meaning those in the business decide like, we can deal with them like product. We ain't gotta take no L. If the product damage, you get it? If I invest in you and your album ain't look like it's fucking gonna sell, then you can die. Insurance, nigga. You get it? Cashing in on the insurance. Like if a business ain't doing good or you went out the business, so you burn it down. Cash out on the insurance. That's that. In the past, man had more respect for life. In today's times, a life ain't worth shit. So if you can't see a record, if you can't see a CEO of a record label saying, listen, man, let these 5 motherfuckers die. I could cash in on that 50 million from them, from the insurance, and then settle some of these debts with some of these investors. Or I could just cut the investors off because if the product broke, then that's in the contract, nigga. I don't have to pay you. You get it? However the contract is written up, meaning the contract can be written up like they investing, but if there's no return, they get nothing. It can be an investment where whether there's a return or not, you're going to give me my fucking money back. And so it might be a small little thing. Well, if the product break or if there's an accident where the artist dies, then I'm out of, you get it? The investment. We all take a loss. Not just you as the investor, but I take a loss. Nigga, he dead. Fuck. In that, the investor can't complain about getting their return because the motherfucker died. What can we all do? That part. In that, the company, they don't take a loss this time. They collect on the insurance of the dead artist. Not like life insurance that the family got. We're talking product and business. A lot of y'all get lost in that. Y'all say, man, the label had life insurance on Nipsey or this person. They got product insurance because these people are product. You get it? Meaning that's a business. The product is the artist. In that, you have insurance on your product. Meaning if I have a store and I'm getting beans coming and some of them beans get damaged on the way here, I don't want to pay for it. I don't want to be stuck with that. Send that back in, bro. Sign that off as damaged goods so we can get this money for it. Like that. And so let's say you sign to a label. They got investors invested in you. But your shit you ain't making no real money. And they still owe though. So they say, how we gonna twerk this? We could take the hit, which is what would normally happen in the past, and cash in on that insurance. Meaning we got the clause in the contract, if something happened to the artist, we ain't got to pay them. So you get it? And you gonna be dead. And all artists are owned by their masters, like, meaning the label own their masters, which is their voice. And this is what's being bargained with the deities in La La Land, the real La La Land, the sound. Meaning all the stars y'all know, they gonna be the spirits in the hell. Like that, because of that. They're bonded by their sound. All they are is sound, like I explained to y'all. Thank you for the gift back. Like I explained to you guys, everything is a sound manifested. Meaning man speak word, he is word manifested. But more than that, each man is a specific word, that word manifested. Word is air. Within the air, you have your elements, you get my point? This is how you manifest substance. Substance to mud, mud to yolk, yolk to clay, so on and so forth. But this is the beginnings of life manifesting out from air or sound, because that's the only way you get air or breath, from sound. And so all the stars y'all know, they sing certain songs, meaning their voice is owned by the corporation. Their voice is their sound. Their sound is who they are. Not your social security number, not the name your mama gave you, but everyone has a specific voice. Just like everyone has a specific fingerprint. And that's their ID in life. That's their vibration. Meaning your fingerprint is the starting vibration. A vibration is a pattern. It evolves or raises to a sound, still holding its pattern. That sound are those airs into substance, still holding its pattern, or its starting vibration. The point I'm making, everyone's voice is specific sound. The label or corporation owns the artist's sound. This is what the masters is about. And you ever heard an artist say, man, I'm trying to buy back my masters or get my masters back? That means they're trying to buy back their sound, which the label owns and can resell and do as they choose with it, and the artists get nothing. You get it? Let's say Elvis Presley don't own his masters when he died. That label's still eating off Elvis Presley right now. That nigga been dead. And 50 years from now, y'all kids kind of come into love Elvis Presley for some reason. They get rich off Elvis Presley. Now think like in terms of product. You got a product is broke. You got insurance on the product. You send the product back in so you get your bread through the insurance. You don't take no L. Imagine if you can file the product is broke, send it back in, but don't send it back in, but get the money and then keep reselling it. That's what kind of product an artist is. Meaning an artist is the product. That product can come up dead or damaged. The corporation that owns the product can get the insurance for damaged product and still sell the product after later. Meaning, Nipsey Hussle can die today, and his shit can be sold 15 years from now. They own his masters, his voice. In that, it don't matter if he died. Remember how I said it's investors that's invested in? They want their money. He dead, ain't no money. That's it. It's over. A corporation can cash out. Meaning they still own his voice, and whatever was done can still be resold anytime. It's like having a product that can become damaged, but you can still sell the damaged goods after. You get it? I got this VCR, it's broke. I could send it back and get my money back, or I could fake send it back, get my money back, and then keep reselling this same VCR 1,000,000 times over. You can't beat that. Once CEOs got a hold of that, once they start paying attention to Suge Knight and niggas like that, they said, hold on. You gotta remember, they start letting niggas from the streets in. Niggas from the streets start to understand business, so then they like, well, shit. Ain't it like a VCR? This motherfucker come up dead in a car accident. Can't we do it the same? It's like Tupac and Biggie start pop up dead. Beginnings of understanding like, oh, business and product. A rapper ain't a person, they a piece of product, and if I keep it in my mind like that, then when they die, I won't care, I get my money. Record execs, CEOs of corporations, they start taking on this mindset in the entertainment field. And so when y'all end up dead, damaged product, whatever. And they keep making their money. They don't take no loss no more. Meaning the labels don't take no loss like they used to. If an artist don't sell, then they just be fucked out of that money. They don't no more. Another artist just die, like, you get my point? It's all business. Let's say this one corporation got investors, and so the investors have a problem with them. What the fuck, man? You ain't been giving up no bread on them returns. Not in you. The investors is invested in the company. You just one of the products of the company. I don't care about you. You one of many. But these products you got, motherfucker, they better make some money though. Where's our return? So then they get mad at you. Then next thing they know, they start wiping out your product. These is all realities that's happening right before y'all eye. Takeoff is something like that. The one corporation having a problem with the other corporation and making a statement. Nigga, we will come over there and damage all your product, motherfucker. Don't play with me. Like that. This is business. Once you become somebody's product, it's a whole different ball game. You like a can of soda. Like that. And so you get it? It's dangerous for artists as we get into the times where death got more value than life, and people starting to learn that kind of business, like how to cheat the system, death thing. Like I said, some of y'all gonna die because your peoples want that life insurance money. And so when you dealing with labels, they ain't even know these ain't family. They just product. Pop Smoke just product of whatever label he was signed to, a corporation. That part. If it's more money in him dying than being alive, because they say, man, it's how lit is he gonna get truly? I don't know. This probably be his one and only album. They look at Bobby Smurda. Probably gonna be another that. He less than Bobby Smurda was, so he probably ain't gonna even get it. Gonna have this one or two little hit. Well, y'all see what happened. Y'all ain't bumping Pop Smoke. Y'all, his music was brand new when he died. I don't give a fuck no more. So they know like who gonna sell, who ain't. Who gonna be one hit wonder, who likely to have 2 albums, 3 maybe. They could tell off rip. Some of these young niggas, they just signed just to take the material goods damage type of thing. Meaning the label just signed a bunch of niggas and then they like, these 20, we gonna kill them. That's insurance money. We gonna shelve these motherfuckers for later. And these the ones that's gonna generate us some money that we can pay back some of these investors and make us a nice little profit. And when you count the little insurance money from all the motherfuckers we let get whacked, yeah, we be doing alright. As opposed to the old way, all them motherfuckers is just lost. Meaning they just product we bought that didn't sell and we lost. We can't keep losing. We buy these niggas chains, all this shit, then we take the L, they don't sell. Now what? That part, whack 'em. Fuck that, nigga. We cash out that way. I don't know him like that. Half these record execs and CEOs is gangsters from the street. You know, kill niggas over drugs. Killing your ass over $1 million contract. Shit. They killing people on the streets for keys. 20,000. $1 million? Be your whole family will die. That's how they move. I don't care. It ain't like they gotta do it. You gotta remember this, the movie business. Meaning music is owned by the movies. Warner Brother Music is Warner Brother Studios. You get it? Sony Music is Sony Studios, like the movie company. That's how music became a visual thing. Yo MTV Raps and all of that. Because the music company is just an extension of the the movie company. That's why all the music main labels, they movie studios. Meaning it's all about the dream, the illusion, La La Land thing. And y'all signing on to that. Deep. In that, they whack y'all off. You gotta remember, movies got to do with telecommunications. That's government owned. Telecommunications is telephone, radio, television, online, all these things. And this is government owned stuff. This is your Thomas Edison work. Meaning the record company is owned by the CIA and the FBI. These is their businesses. You get it? They sign y'all into it. And some of y'all gonna go to jail and serve their other business. And some of y'all gonna get whacked off, and you get it? Y'all are working for the CIA and the FBI. The rapper's a fake gangster, but he know real gangsters. He helping. The artists don't know what they are, but like I said, they are a product and a puppet of the corporation. In that, they promote certain products for the masses to buy, for the corporations. The masses don't listen to the corporate. So if they want y'all to wear Gucci, that's what the artist is for, or the product. He is to promote and say whatever they want. That's what they buying him for. There's other business out here besides music don't make no money. Music make money from sponsoring, meaning people paying the label for the artist to promote something in perspective or to say something. So when politics come up, they gonna use the artists. Bernie Sanders in office, they gonna have Cardi B and all these other people trying to sway y'all this way or that way. It's a puppet product thing, but product can get damaged. Product can get recalled. So then y'all get canceled and did any old kind of way. The artists don't have nothing. Everything they have is just used. You get it? This is why when y'all artists and it's all over with, y'all don't notice that the artists don't have nothing. They say, man, that nigga had 50 cars. Where are they now? Where's that right now? It should be 50 broken old ass cars in his driveway. But that ain't never the case. You get it? It's all a renting and fronting thing. And the label will give them cars. And then take them shits back. This is why when they contracts be up or their career's over, well, 50 cars in the driveway? No. It's just like the drug dealers. Where's all the cars Alpo and AZ had? Just because they got locked up, well, what happened to the cars and all the stuff? That part. Cap, nigga. All cap. They sell y'all certain shit, and that y'all fall into failure. You had Alpo, AZ, Rich Port, and all these young kids. And you had real drug dealers of those times that was grown ass men. They still alive and they didn't never get caught. And then they show y'all the little kids that really wasn't doing nothing but embarrassing themselves. And these little kids had a range from maybe 18 to 23, 24, and then did 30 years. And everything they supposedly had just magically disappeared. It didn't. It was all rentals. Rich Porter didn't have a bunch of cars. He was financing cars, meaning paying a monthly note on the car, then he'll swap that motherfucker out at some point and get a new one. Capping. Make a little bit look like more than what it is. That's why when a little boy get kidnapped, they ain't got 500,000. They don't have it. Meaning AZ don't got it. Rich don't got it. That part, they dropped it. 250, 300,000. They don't got it. It's all cap, nigga. That part. That is real. It's all cap. In that, the little boy end up dead, Rich end up dead. Alpo go to jail, and all them other drug dealers from that time go to jail. And then they sell y'all their story. Not all the drug dealers that never went to jail. The ones that did. And then y'all say, man, Alpo, Rich Porter, and all BMF, all these is the realest niggas. These are the niggas that got caught. Think on that. These are the niggas that failed. You don't think the people that BMF was working with, some of them ain't still free? You think not? I ain't talking about the members. I'm talking about other drug dealers that they had to deal with. You think they all in jail? No. I know personally a lot of people that grew up without pulling them was selling dope that didn't go to jail. I know them personally. They still, I don't want to say they still, but you get it? They old. But like that. I got family members that know them. You get my point? I don't want to say too much. My baby mama uncle, he was down with preaching them. He one of the niggas they whack. It ain't funny, but you get my point. I mean, life is a close thing, but I'm just telling you from experience. Y'all learning the failures. That's no offense to none of these guys that we have now, like the riches in them. I'm not saying this so y'all don't like them. I don't got no problem with them. I'm just making a point. When I was growing up, this is who they showed us, Rich Porter and Alpo and them, persuading us to kind of hustle. Man, they give hitting y'all with the same shit though. So now when I get older, I say, oh shit, I see what happened to me. They doing the same shit now with the young, the same characters. That part. The ones that went to jail and got caught. That part. And this is what y'all look up to. What technically measure up to failure. Again, y'all don't look up to the drug dealers that didn't get locked up. Y'all don't even know they exist. They wouldn't talk to y'all. You get it? Y'all would never know they exist. That's why they do. And the niggas y'all know about, they have no existence. That's why. Because they wanted to be known. And so they are. I mean, Alco, Rich Porter, AZ, all these people, y'all know them. And that's why they failures. Because they come from a business where your ass ain't supposed to be known. That part. And so now all y'all want to be in the street, you gonna be them niggas. You not gonna be what you never heard of. That part. And so it's being done purposely. Meaning even in the rap. Whoever go to jail and get out, this is who, you get it? Gucci Man, he went to jail, came home. They give an opportunity in things like that to what would have been failure in the past, or viewed as, man, you failed. You had a rap career, you went to jail, you fucked up, you were a failure. You don't deserve it. In the daytimes, they make it like you deserve it more. In that, y'all all seek to go to jail. Say it's gonna make me more lit, but it ain't. That's just the product being used for a certain way. You not product, you just the shit that the product's being used against. So y'all not gonna get the reality that the rappers get. Y'all gonna get the real reality. Fucking life in jail and shit like that. That part. So pay attention to these things, become aware, even if you one of the old heads that was getting money or whatever the case that I mentioned, as like what is a failure. That's the substance y'all supposed to be teaching. Meaning, how do you get fucked over and you don't even catch on? Y'all out here explaining old jail stories. Who gives a fuck about that? That's that same shit that fucked me up. Uncle coming home telling niggas dumb shit niggas don't need to know. You get it? I'm speaking from that, from a grown up. 40, I got a grandson. I would hope he don't hear none of you niggas. I'm just letting you know now. I would hope. Have to put hands on him if he do. But telling the same shit. That's the failing party, blood. You better get off that, man. Niggas gonna put the light on anything they want, but you better know what's failure or not. Meaning the corporation's gonna put the light on anything they want. They want y'all to all be failures in jail, so that's what they gonna present to y'all. And y'all say if I'm tough and gangster in the jailbird, then I got a better shot. Okay. And they just use that piece of product just for that purpose. After that, do you get it? It's a product thing. Then they just throw away the product. And use Tasha K however they use her, then they can't help her when a bigger product come up against her. Oh well, you just be fucked. Like that. And so, that's what you call selling your soul. Meaning the music business, the entertainment business, is patterned after the spirit realms, or La La Land, the land of make-believe, where man used to go when he was messing around with roots, meaning mixing different drug substances together to visit certain realms and play with the characters there. Same way men do now with DMT, but that's the only one he got. In the past, they had thousands of different recipes for different realms that have different characters and entities. You get it? Man go there, he play with those entities, say, man, how can we bring this into real life? So now we have television, meaning broadcasting. And most of the characters from that realm was put on your early TV, meaning your stick figures, all your cartoon characters, they come from that realm. Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, all of that. They originate in those realms. Literally. By that name, they told them that's their name. I'm Mickey, and man just come off that high and document this, resell it. And your elites, they understand on a deeper level, so they say, how can we bring the spirit realms into the physical realms? And this is what television is and online. The Ouija board with the little blanket is just the blueprint of the computer and the mouse. And then y'all go into online. And it's all kind of characters and weird shit going on. It's just like going into the spirit realms of the land of make-believe. La La Land. You get it? And so this is why stars be like, I'm living the dream. They sold their soul to live the dream. They don't know what that mean though. I mean that. They sold their soul to live in the false La La Land, but it's going to lead to the real one. You get it? Meaning a star signed a contract to a corporation. Like I said, your elites they got pacts with these spirits in those realms. Real pacts. They use the technology we have to communicate with the spirits now. Like, we just have the technology in its limited form. You get it? You can dial 9-digit numbers. You cannot dial 12 and 14 and 15-digit numbers where something will happen for you on your phone. But like I said, it's a limited technology for the public. But the real technology in the whole, this phone, you can pull up, y'all be blowed off y'all mind. You get it? And y'all can talk to the dead on that shit. It probably happens sometimes by mistake. You know, wires crossing. You might be talking on your phone and hear some strange shit one day. And you like, what the fuck was that? Something else just clicked in here. Like, the technology is to communicate with the spirits. And it's to be used, you know, to draw physical souls on it. Meaning the radio, the TV, these are instruments where physical bodies can be kind of uploaded to these things and mimicking the spirits. Beyonce, this person, that person, they're all mimicking characters. Meaning that industry tell them who to be, what character, how to look. These characters are coming from the spirit realm. You get my point? So Beyonce is whoever she is. But when she become a star, then they make her to what y'all see now. And that's a specific character. You get it? Drake is a curly-headed fucking white boy type of dude. But he get into the game and then they make him what they do, which is a character from them realms. You get my point? So on and so forth. Lil Uzi Vert, he just who he is. If you go back to his beginnings, probably just a regular kid from Philly. But now he is a character. That character is one of them spirits from the realms. Meaning I can show y'all images of the spirits and y'all will be able to see on y'all own who. XX Temptation, all of them. Their specific deity. Y'all don't deal with the images of the deity and that y'all don't have no connection. But they all share the characteristics and a look of the spirits from that realm. From the hairstyles, the weird costumes, it comes from there. The artist doesn't know this. They're just doing what they're told. But they don't know behind the scenes we're mimicking the spirits from the spirit realm, from La La Land. And we've sold ourselves to be, you know, the new generation of spirits in La La Land when we die. You get it? Because they're bonded by their voice. The label bought their sound, their voice. This is what's bargained with the spirits in the abyss. Like I said, the elites have a real relationships with the spirits. They have pacts. They have to deliver souls there. You get my point? That's how that happens. They get physical people to sign contract. In that, they have the masters of their voice or sound. Whatever they sing or rap, the corporation owns that through their masters. And that's what's bargained with the souls in the abyss, their sound. And that sound being owned by the corporation, that corporation having a pact with the deity. The deity making all of this a reality for them. Meaning the elite, they benefit off television and all of this. They control the world through this technology. They got it from the spirits in the abyss. They have deals with them. They have to oblige. All this shit will crumble down. You get it? Like that. And so they make sure they send souls to below. That's how religion works. Spirits taught man how to make a Babylon, meaning how to make sheep out of man. Sheep is cattle. You have a shepherd. He rules over the sheep. He sells their fur. He eats their meat. He do whatever they want with it. It's his sheep. It's his property. He domesticates them out, meaning mixed breeds them, and they're his property. The wild sheep in the forest have nothing to do with him, but the ones that he have on his On his property, they're his. He's the shepherd or king over those sheep. And the spirits taught man how to do that with man. How to make man like the sheep, where he just sit in the city and do as he told. And follow all the laws and rules of the city. When the light turned red, he stopped. When the light turned green, he go. Like a robot. That science was taught to man, like how to do that. If I told you, yo, I could teach you how to rule over men. Simple science. Now, I give you this jewels, but you gonna be in debt to me. If it work and you see it work, then you owe me. So you say, what I do? Go out into the forest, build you up a city, make an entrance and an exit point, and whoever's in that place, they got to do what you say by your rules. And all them people there is your cattle. You sell them, do as you want with them. This is what the slave master thing was. He was just a shepherd over humans. He mixed breed them, he kill them, sell them for meat, whatever. Meaning slaves was getting sold for meat and all kind of things. You chopped up and ate. And so this is deep. You have to grasp. And this is why it says don't sell your soul to the devil. What is it worth to gain the whole world? Meaning what is it worth to become a star? And then your ass end up in the abyss. Because your sound or voice, which is what you are, is bound. That part. You made the deal. And so this go deep. Meaning if you a star, shit, Wallow and Gilly don't know what they did. They don't know what they did, signing them goddamn contracts. I bet you they got an IP number, intellectual property number. And they talk all that shit all day. And do you get it? They sold their soul or their voice to the corporation. And that's what's bartered with the souls in hell. You get it? And every star you see, that part, gonna be one of the lost in those realms that we know is dream, la la land, down a rabbit hole, whatever. Meaning in the time to come, you gonna have man back playing with the spirits or the psychedelic substance mixtures. And they're gonna be talking to modern day stars from now that have died in their time, lost in the abyss, telling them whatever they know from their time. And so that's the realities of life. That's the secret that men don't know, but he used to. And so if you a star, it's best you just sell your own self. Avoid contracts. Avoid being owned. Because if you are, then you become product. And if the product has to become damaged, then you just be damaged product. That's dead. So try and grasp. Independent artists don't have no contract, champ. Please listen. So avoid contracts, like I said. This is why I teach that we gotta leave the Babylon. So I was gonna put the GoFundMe up because I did make one for, you know, the little school I was telling y'all about. But that's why I be saying that. I gotta get out the Babylons. Y'all lost and lie. Meaning these stars are used. They're product. They're used to make y'all think that they have this great luxurious life that's borrowed to them. They know it's borrowed. If they don't say this or do that, it'll get taken from them. And they got shit in their name, don't own nothing. It's all a facade. And they do what they told to live this borrowed life. Meaning this false life. The CEOs is just giving them their shit. It ain't theirs. It's like Snoop. He say Suge and them gave him a car, house, blah, blah, blah. But where's it at now? Your mama still got her old ass car that she bought back in the day. And a new one. shit all packed up in the driveway looking like a goddamn hot mess. But that's what happens in real life when you buying cars over the years. Where the fuck? They don't disappear. That part. Where's all these rappers' cars from back in the day? What happened to them, nigga? You didn't sell it, you getting money. Why would you sell it? Niggas is only cashing in their cars because they ain't got it like that, so they like, that's the down payment for my new shit. But if you buying cars cash out, where they at? Cash them, why did you do that? That part, nobody would. They don't have all them cars, it's just financed. Or even given to them by the label, then they just drive it around as long as they down with the label. When they start falling off, nigga kick them to the side. Then they be a regular person again. Still having to keep up with the image. That part, meaning it's an ugly reality, but everybody wanna look like they that nigga, so they don't say nothing. Like, nah, this shit ain't really cut like that. There's shit I gotta do behind the scenes, and I be getting threatened, and this shit some other shit. It ain't what I thought it was. They can't even say that, and you get it? But you just have to have an eye and a mind to know. And so, that's done because then y'all all line up to be stars. Y'all all line up to sell y'all souls to what y'all don't know and know how. Meaning y'all don't know y'all voice is being bargained with the souls that's in the abyss. Your voice or your sound being who you are, that is your ID. Not your name, your social, but your fingerprint, which is an extension of your sound. Your sound being the starting pattern or vibration that you are. And so an artist's voice or their sound is owned by the label or the corporation under masters, meaning the slave business. They own their masters, meaning their voice. They the master over that shit because they got the masters. And the person signed a contract that they selling their self to this corporation. And so whoever the corporation serves, you get it? If you my product and I serve this thing over here, I give my product to who I serve. Now they gonna chop you up and resell you as chicken wings, but that's not my problem or my business. You get it? You just product and I'm doing what I do with my product. Like that. Whoever these corporations serve in life, meaning whatever entities they worship, that part, that's who y'all going to. So, we not speaking fables, we speaking reality. So, be careful, that's all I could tell you. If you a star, maybe you might want to reach out. Get yourself a one-on-one from me, because it go a little deeper than this, but I'm just saying what I can. You know, without having no problems, because I ain't signing no contracts and corporations, so they can't do nothing to me. But they own this. They own the algorithms and the platform, so you get my point? But outside of that, they can't do nothing to me. Don't nobody own me. You get my point? I'm not on no contract. I can do what I want, say what I want. I own my voice and myself, period. And don't get contract mistaken with application. You filled out a job application. That's not a contract. You get it? You can quit or get fired at any moment. The artist under contract can't quit. He can't say, I don't want to be in this label no more, I'm out of here. Don't work like that. Somebody better buy you out, meaning you are owned if someone has to buy you out. This shit go deep, meaning a rapper or your favorite singer, y'all don't want to be what they are. They are a real life modern day slave. Somebody has to buy them from the current master. Rough Riders had to buy the locks from Puffy. Puffy tell them niggas, I own you niggas. That's the truth, I own you niggas. You have to buy this nigga. I think he still owns some of their masters. That part. Meaning this is real ownership thing. Now Puffy just own a label, but you got corporations that his label is under. These corporations, your elites, they own Telecommunications. You get it? They run the show. And so they're selling souls to the abyss. Meaning y'all are being traded to below for information. If that makes sense. Meaning we wouldn't have online television, none of this shit y'all know of, if sacrifices wasn't made. Meaning if people wasn't bartered off. And so, little traps is still being put into play for people to get whacked off. You gotta remember, the music business is the movie business. So all they gotta do is make the scene. And y'all gonna act it out. Meaning it ain't hard to kill your product if you in the movie business. Rap in all forms of music is movie business. That's why y'all watch the music videos. You get it? Now, to give you an example. All I gotta do is set the scene, like a movie producer does. A director. I set the scene. You gonna act out, not even realizing it, because I have control over you because you're a product. It's like if the shepherd tells the sheep, walk towards the cliff and don't stop. They're gonna fall off the cliff. They got no choice but to do what he say. They don't know there's a cliff up ahead. Why would they even think he would do that to them? Then they just walk straight and fall off the fucking cliff. And he set that up for them to do that. Meaning he knew there was a cliff ahead. He knew goddamn well what he was doing. Look at Biggie. Puffy say, yo, you gotta go to LA, my nigga. Promote this new album. Say, I don't want to go. We got beef with them niggas out there. Motherfucker, it's mad money invested in you, and it's mad money on the table here, my nigga. And if you don't go out there, we gonna lose out on that bag. What you think this is? Play, nigga? We gotta go to LA and get this money, blood. Or this shit over with, I guess. You gonna be getting sued and I'm gonna be getting sued, and that's that. Cause niggas want their money. So then Big say, fuck, I gotta go. I need this. That part. The scene gets set by the elites. Meaning Puff set the scene. Nigga, you gotta go. This business. In that, Big, fuck it, I'm gonna go this business. After that, whatever's set up out there for Big to walk into is easy. Like that. Easy like that. When you own the thing, you can manipulate it out. It's easy. It ain't that hard. Like that. Same with Tupac. Simple thing. Shit, his contract almost up. We owe him money. Better to kill him. We can keep getting money off the nigga if he dead, but if he alive, we owe him money. We owe him if he alive, but if he dead, then we eating. What you think? Makes sense to a nigga. Like, sure. That part. Be like, sure, love Pop. Don't nobody love nobody. Blood and money. What are you talking about? Them niggas ain't come up together. He just a nigga product. I'm sure Suge slapped him around a few times and had to remind him that. Nigga, you just a motherfucking product of mine. Don't play with me. Because you know Pop will run his mouth. I'm positive Suge had to put hands on him. And like really explain that. Like, motherfucker, we ain't equals, nigga. You like the can of beans at the supermarket, blood. I own you. Don't ever get this shit twisted. Like, I'm sure he told all them niggas that. Don't get too comfortable, nigga. I own your ass. Don't play with me. I'm like Big Red out here. And so do you get it? It's a strange fucking situation to be in. And that's how that worked. And so they just set the scene, like, they just set the YouTube up. Y'all all put y'all music on here, then they just pick whichever ones of y'all they gonna like sacrifice to below. So yeah, he might do. Sign y'all the contracts, you end up dead like Pop Smoke. Don't nobody really know why. And It's a trade, man. Meaning spirits got to die, but not any old spirits. The own ones. If I die, that don't mean nothing to no corporation. What they care for? I ain't one of their souls. I ain't going to who they got a pact with to make good for, you get it? If I'm indebted to you, so I'm sending souls to you. Meaning when people die, I'm guaranteeing they soul gonna go to you because I got their voice bounded. Meaning I own their voice, which is the essence of who they are. Their sound. I own that. I figured out how to own that. I bargained it off with the spirits from below. You get it? There you go. Y'all don't know none of that. I just say I'm signing a contract so I could be down with this record company. But you don't know on the flip side of that, you selling yourself, not your music. They might even give you some music to sing. And what they doing is buying you. And now that artist is the product of that corporation. And they gonna do with their product whatever they feel. Murder and anything else you could think of ain't excluded. It's all just business. So that's why man ain't supposed to allow himself to become a product. And so it's the same in everything, meaning religion. This is another aspect of sending souls to below. It's like I explained in the beginning with God and dog. Y'all worship what y'all do and don't realize it. And that y'all going to below because of y'all sound. Your voice professed it. When you dealing with the devil, all you got to always do is just say it with your voice. You don't have to believe it. It's like them old kings back in the day, Xerxes and them. They just say, just kneel to me and profess that I'm your God. You don't have to believe it. Who fucking cares what you believe? You just do it and you say it. Most of y'all say that's dumb. I'll kneel to a nigga and just say it. What is that gonna do? Every nigga that follow you gonna do what you do. Like that. And when you dealing with the devil, that's all that matter. Professing it with your voice so others hear and they follow. And everybody that's a Christian, they don't believe. They just profess it with their voice. Because they heard others doing it. That's the trick of the Satan. Satan don't care if you know or don't know, if you believe or don't believe. Just want your voice. You get it? Profess it. And say, I believe Jesus is going to die for my sins. Basically saying, good going to die for evil. That part. Now I explain, the whole devil thing in the beginning of the video with God and dog, so you be clear. So you can always rewind it back. Well, if you're not a channel member, you won't be able to. But you can always rewind it back, grasp what I explained in the beginning with God and dog, so you can see for yourself the tricks. It's all a sound thing, meaning y'all worship the devil. If you talking religion, y'all sold yourselves to the religion by y'all sound. There's hella people that's a Christian because of you. Because you said you was one. Like that. When you're dealing with the devil, that's how that always works. It's just like on YouTube. Be like, share, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. You get it? They don't care if you like or not. Just do it. Because it'll make you catch on more. You get it? That's how that works. You get it? When you're dealing with the devil, just need you to profess it, because it's going to catch on. And then the whole world going to be bonded by their voice. That's why I say I ain't no Christian. I want to make sure the whole world hear that. I don't believe in the death of God. That's absurd. And nobody got to die for my sins. You get it? I ain't no sinner. So I don't know what you're talking about. But I don't believe in eating man, because that's all Christianity is. It's stringing up a man, calling him a lamb, and eating him on the Passover. And Jesus was crucified on the feast day. on a crucifix, which is an instrument that you cook meat on. Y'all can play dumb all you want and say, no, that's an instrument they used to kill men on and punish him. No, you made that up. They stoned men and did a bunch of shit. That was how you cooked the man. It's still how you cook any animal in today's times. You could stretch a pig out on a crucifix, or you could just stick a stake up his ass, but it's the same. An instrument for cooking meat in a time when you didn't have stoves and you was out in the wild. This is why the Lord told Abraham, take your son Isaac up to the mount, build an altar, and kill him. Abraham was going to eat his son. He was out in the wilderness. He ain't had no fucking food. He's starving. In their belief system, which is cattle worship, you can eat meat. Meat being man, animal, any kind of meat you could think of. Can you get it? Cattle worship. And so Abraham gonna bring his son up to the mount, one of the sacrifice spots where they have the altars already prepared. Most of the materials for an altar. An altar is just an ancient stove, like a fire pit. It's how you cook when you out in the wild. You don't have no stove. You have to make one. We call it a fire pit in the day. In the past, it was called an altar. This is when man first learned about eating meat, cutting meat, cleaning it, and cooking it, and eating it. This is the beginnings of that. So when the Lord is telling Abraham to take your son to the mount, he's telling him, take your son and kill him and eat him. Or die. It's on you, nigga, whatever you want to do. And this is the hunger that's within man. Meaning man have a hunger within him. If he do not serve this hunger, that hunger will kill him. Y'all get hungry, if y'all don't eat, y'all, that hunger start eating at y'all. Y'all say, my stomach hurt, I feel like I'm weak, I'm dying. And so y'all serve that hunger by putting life into y'all belly. Fruit, meat, whatever. This was living life before you devoured it. To serve your hunger. That part, the religion is based on that God, which is the devil, the beast, the hunger. That's what I always tell y'all, God and devil is within self. One being the lows of self, the beast of self. The other being, the highs of self. But man lost in his beast. And that he served the beast. Meaning y'all religion got to do with that. Serving the hunger. That's why Jesus is a lamb. That's why he killed on the Passover or the feast day. That's why he say, break the bread. You take this part. You take that part. Eat it. It's my flesh. He's explaining like, man is sick in the fucking head. They're going to eat me tomorrow. He's explaining to his disciples. Man, they're going to kill me tomorrow at the Passover. They're going to grease me down in oils and cook me, man, and eat me. The whole fucking community. And this is what they believe in. That part. Y'all don't know what y'all read. That's why I say forgive them. They do not know what they do. That part. Y'all wearing crosses on the neck and shit. That is somebody getting cooked. Again, forgive them, Father. They too fucking stupid. They eyes is blind. That part. You a Christian, you worship that. The killing and eating of man. And that religion come from a time where eating man was new. This is that Cain and Abel shit. Meaning Abel was a shepherd over sheep. He ate good sheep. He ate good meat all the time. Cain was a farmer. He ate vegetables. So they went to pay their tithes to the Lord. The hunger. Abel gave his sheep good land. The Lord, which is the hunger, say, yeah, we fucks with you, Abel. Cain, he give the hunger vegetables. Who cares about vegetables? You get it? And that Cain get jealous of Abel. The fuck, man? You eating meat and shit. I'm over here eating vegetables. Now, when you dealing with old Babylon, so you got to bring your tithes to the priesthood. Cain is pulling up with vegetables. This the external hunger. Meaning the priesthood, the religion, that all represent the external devil or beast. The other god or beast is within. On an internal level, Abel is serving his beast or hunger better than Cain's, because Cain just eat vegetables. You get it? Abel eat meat. In terms of the society, Cain is bringing vegetables, Abel is bringing meat to the priest. They like Abel better. Who don't like baby back ribs? Who don't like lamb chops? Who wants celery? Get that shit out of here. You get it? Now, days later, Abel's sheep run through Cain's farm and fuck up his crops. How he gonna eat? You already eat baby back ribs, nigga. Now you gonna fuck up my goddamn celery? So Cain's telling Abel, what the fuck is your problem, nigga? He already jealous because he like, damn, this nigga got meat. And I'm fucking still eating fucking celery. Then you fuck up my crops. How am I going to eat? Nigga, ain't no stores out here. I can't grow more fucking celery in the nick of time. And that Cain going to be starving for the whole, you get it? And so it's a real matter. Meaning the Bible make it a simple. They was arguing over that, he killed them. He killed them because he had nothing to eat. Think wintertime or fall time. Your crops, you about to reap your harvest. And then your brother's sheep come fuck up your crops. You say this the last crop of this season, my nigga. What the fuck? Me and my family and my kids gonna starve this winter. You gonna give us some sheep? Abel making fun of you like, hey, get the fuck out of here. You get it? And that Cain say, okay, knock him clean out, kill him. I'll eat you, nigga, meat. I want baby back ribs too, blood. Take all this sheep too. Fuck you, nigga. That's why I say Abel's blood cried from the ground. Because Cain ate that motherfucker. There wasn't nobody. He ate him. And this is the beginning of the Canaanite people. And they believe in eating meat and sacrificing their kids to Baal. You get it? When I say sacrifice their kids, in the past you had to bring your meat to the priesthoods. That's where the altars were set up. Man don't know how to cut and cook and clean an animal yet. Only the priesthood know that. If you a shepherd and you got a bunch of sheep, so now you like, I want meat, but you don't know how to cut it and do all of that. The priests do. So you bring your tithes down to the priest. They kill that lamb or that baby. Because you might have servants, people, slaves. So you say like, I'm taking my slave's newborn baby. We eating that tonight. Some of y'all say that sound crazy. People do that with sheep. They have sheep, they breed them, they say that newborn one, we gonna cut that up and eat fresh lamb tonight. In the past, before y'all had the laws y'all have now, you get it? A man got 50 slaves, these slaves having babies, he said, we killing that one tonight. Kind of like Abraham did with Isaac. I'll kill my son and cook him and eat him as meat. Human is the best meat, so, you get it? You got all the cattle, but that's still a hairy beast. You can't think the flesh of cattle is better than the flesh of man. Meat is meat once you peel the skin back. And so when I say ain't no meat better than man meat, oh baby, you get my point? It don't taste like any meat you ever had. Y'all had human meat before. Y'all just buy y'all meat already packaged up, so y'all don't know what animal it is technically. You get it? You just know it was some cattle. Like that. In the past, man brought his stuff to the priesthood. They killed it, chopped it up for him, gave him his portion. Took their 10% for doing it. That's how tithes went in the past, in the cities, the Babylons. So when you hear them stories where they was worshiping or sacrificing their babies to Baal, they got to do with that. The beginnings of eating meat and man not being... He don't have the knowledge of how to cut the meat open take out the kidneys and all these things and cut it up and cook it, and you get it. He don't know about a stove and all that yet, which is an altar in that time. So he take it to the place where all that already set up. The priesthood is like the government of the king. The people deal with the priesthood, not the king. The king deal with the priesthood. You get it? And so they're bringing their tithes to the Lord, which is the king, to the priesthood though. Meaning in the past, the church the church was the courthouse, everything. The government is where you paid your tithes, went to church. If you had a beef with a nigga, y'all went to court. That was the church. Everything was the church, and the priest and orders of the church was either the judge, this thing, that thing. You get it? And so in the past, when you bring in your tithes, it's for that. They bring in their meat, their fruit, their veggies, whatever the case may be. And these things is being made into things. You get it? You bring all your wheat. Now they give you mad different kinds of cereals and things. You ain't well versed on that. You just a farmer. You get it? Let's say you got mad plant fibers for silk, but you don't know how to spin them into thread and weave it into fabric. You don't sew. You're just a farmer. So you bring all your plant as your tithes to the priesthood. They take their 10%. You get it? They make a bunch of fabric out of your fibers. They take their cut and give you yours. The God over that religion is the same God y'all have now, the cattle God. And Abel is the shepherd or the cattle, the guy over the cattle. And Cain is the father of the Canaanites, the first motherfucker that ate a person, his brother. And so all the Canaanites believe sacrificing lambs and eating them. And that's what y'all worship in the daytime. The Canaanite God's name was El, and the Christian's God name is El. That part. Nothing changed. Y'all just lost. And so, first stage is getting out of that religion, cause y'all have no clue what y'all worshiping and what y'all professing with y'all mouth. Say evil thing. Peace and wisdom, different angles. Now, if anyone has any questions, y'all can ask before I depart. Different angles said, now I grasp why you said you can be destroyed by your ren, your voice. A ren. The ren of the Ran. That's what the Quran is. The Quran. The ren is the ancient Egyptian word for the sound, the true name, to say the voice, the sound. In ancient Egypt, it's the true name of the soul. It's ren. In Arabic, this is the ruach, R-U-A-C-H. In Egypt, that's the ak, meaning the ren evolves into the ak. This being the sound or essence of a person. Like I said in the beginning, y'all have fingerprints, y'all have a specific voice, meaning the sound. That's your starting vibration. That's who you are. That's your ID. Not your name or your social, but your print, which is an extension of your sound. In ancient Egypt, you have the ren, which is that. In Arabic, you have the ruach. Same things, like the breath or the vibration. You have to remember, sound is breath, but soundless breath is vibration. Meaning a sound without a sound is a vibration. A vibration has a pattern. If it raises, you hear the sound. If it lowers, you don't. But the vibration's still there. Like when y'all go to sleep and fall unconscious, the vibration is there. The sound emerges from that unconsciousness or that vibration. Y'all wake up. You get it? You waking up and going in unconscious is like silence and sound. So, man, be bound by that. Meaning y'all following the things y'all don't want to. Try to grasp. Yeah, they watched it for 2 hours. They watched it for 5 hours. I'm the wisest person on the planet, champ. So, whenever I come on, people try to get all they can. Once in a lifetime stuff. Now, if y'all have any questions, y'all can ask. I'm about to depart. I'm a little famished and parched. Visit the website. My lecture magazines are there, touching on different topics, meaning each book has many different topics of things that y'all ask me about. So you can snatch those up. I have the conscious cleansing kit. Of course, the first stages of, walking a path of wisdom is cleansing the mind and emotional state out. The emotional state won't make for your perspective. And that's where man go wrong. He get lost on his perspective. His perspective usually be dirty, meaning he see from his emotional state. Whatever things he went through that's still staining, this thing, that thing, alters the way he sees things. He has to clean all those things away so he can just see from the pure awareness of things. Some of y'all went through things that kind of scarred you. Now you look at certain things through that. You say, nah, that looked like that. You scarred. It's altering your becoming wise. Some of y'all have limited ideals and thoughts that y'all believe in. It's stopping you from, walking a true path of wisdom, becoming one with nature, becoming one with the flow and balance. Man flip-flop throughout the duality, never finding the balance. And so I teach that, how to become one with the natures of life. God being a perfection. Something we must achieve. This perfection I'm speaking of. So, starts with the cleansing of the self. And, keeping the self clean. Now I'm about to depart. Trill Chris said, so all entertainers right now should just enjoy their lives right now because they're going below. Nothing's fixed, but I don't suppose they're going to change their ways. I don't suppose they know how. That's why I said if you're an entertainer, you can always reach out and get a one-on-one. Otherwise, salam, shalom. Now I'm departing. You all enjoy y'all afternoon. Keep your eyes open. Wisdom is becoming aware, so try to make sure you're becoming aware, right? Noticing things from the truth, and being clear on what you see. And so we live in real bad times, but most do not see. So keep your eyes open. Big Usia, salam.